Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Sen Podcast. This is episode 14. Stephen, can you believe it? 14 episodes.
Oh yeah, it's been quite a ride. We've had a lot of interesting topics that we've come through. But better yet, we have a more interesting guest today, I guess.
Hello, welcome in,
Hello.
Poppy Pidge.
It's Poppy! Hello! I'm excited.
Yeah. So, how are you this fine afternoon, fine evening?
Fine evening, I'm good. I napped accidentally for 3 hours. It was meant to be 30 minutes, and I honestly don't even know if the alarm went off or not. I just kept sleeping. And it was dark when I woke up, and I was like, ah!
That's such
So
a mood.
confusing. I was like, where am I? Who am I? What year is it? Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So, how did you become Poppy Pidge? I'm interested.
So it's so funny. I've been thinking about, because it was a bit of a process, and I feel like I want to do like a whole stream on it, honestly. But like I was wanting to stream for quite a while, and then I fell down the VTuber rabbit hole, and I was like, "Ooh, okay, I want to do this." And I've always really loved pigeons, and I was like, "Why not? Why not be a spokesperson for the pigeons? Because not enough people know about like the history of pigeons, and that was sort of like my starting, I guess, gimmick, if you will. And when I first started streaming, I didn't have a PNG or anything. It was just like a blank screen. And I just kept going. I starting out, I was just streaming like Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, and just kept going. I commissioned a friend of mine to draw the beautiful body that is now what everyone sees on stream. And yeah, I just like, I've always had more fun playing games if I had someone to talk to while I do it. So that's sort of what made me want to get into it.
Nice. How long have you been streaming for?
Oh, it's like just over a year now. I had my anniversary in May. And for that stream, I played Zelda for like 9 hours straight. I was like planning other things, and then I couldn't stop playing Zelda, so that's what I did for it. But yeah, I'm still a little baby streamer.
Yeah. So, how did you come up with the name Poppy Pidge? I think you mentioned it before on stream, but yeah. Let's go.
Yeah. So I went back and forwards a lot. So my full name is like Poppy Aiello, is like my first name, last name. But I guess I wanted something that is to the point. And so I was like, well, I'm Poppy and I'm a pigeon, so I'm Poppy Pidge. But as for the name Poppy, I like my last name is inspired by Greek mythology. So for a while I was tossing up, should my first name be something with that? And then I was thinking, because like birds love seeds, right? And I was like, I feel like it'd be funny to have a name based on seeds, because like, you know, that it's just like, oh yeah, my parents named me after this because they love seeds so much. So like I had a few going in my mind. And then one day, my friend as a nickname will call me Poopy. And they said that, and I had in my mind like something to do with seeds, and then I just yelled, "Poppy!" like poppy seeds, and then I was like, okay, that's it. So it started out as Poopy, which then of its own accord became like a bit of a joke on stream. Like people call me Poopy because my name just looks like that. My friend Don, the first time we met over Discord, he was like, I'm not gonna lie, I thought your name said Poopy. So like independently, people just associate my name with poop. Yeah. It's an odd story, I think, but
Poopy Pisgay.
yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's what people call me. Poopy Pisgay or Poppy Pidgey. No, Poppy Pidgey, like spelt Poppeigh. I love it. I love the random nicknames. Or like recently somebody called me the Pidgler, and I could not stop laughing. It like I was like, I hate it, but at the same time, I can't hate it.
That's a great nickname.
Yeah, the Pidgler. I was like, get out. Yeah, I didn't realize it would lend itself to nicknames, but people like nicknames, I guess.
At least you don't have Ken's nickname.
Wait,
What
what's
is Ken's nickname?
Bottom.
Why is it bottom? Is there a backstory to that?
No. Ken's just
Oh
a
my
bottom. Ken's
plain and simple?
That's just the
That's
joke that
so
goes
funny.
right. Oh, I know you haven't been in Ken's streams recently, I think.
Not
But
for a
the-
while, no.
The joke going around right now is that Ken has nipple rings. His actual
What?
VTuber model has nipple rings.
Oh my god.
So whenever Ken's model takes off his jacket, we say, Ken, we can see your nipple rings through the shirt.
Wait, did you know I have piercings, nipple piercings?
Yeah.
They're not rings, but puppy lore.
How many piercings do you have?
1, 2, 3. Wait, do you count earrings as like a pair or as separate? You'd count them as a pair.
I count that.
Um,
Yeah.
3, 4.
I count them as separate.
Oh. I guess if you also count the nipples as a pair, 5. I don't have many. I would like more, but oh my god, no! No, but my meds alarm went off. You know, on stream.
Yeah.
Wait, can I go do that?
Yeah. Continue, man.
You don't have to cut that if you don't want to.
Okay.
One second.
You hear it here first, everyone. We support healthy endurances of medication.
Oh yeah, we do.
we support mental health here. We support. What do we support, Stephen?
A lot of things. Right now I'm about to just take my Nicorette gum.
Nice, dude. See,
I'm
Stephen,
so sorry.
we're talking about how we support the healthy consumption of medication here
Yeah,
because we support mental
dude.
health.
I could get into like medicating, like the stigma around it. Oh my goodness.
You know what, Poppy?
Mm.
This is the Sen Podcast. You are allowed to yap about whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
We had Ken on the other day, and he just went off. You can go straight on.
Okay. I've been given a platform. I'm gonna get on my soapbox about it. So I guess cause I don't talk specifically about what meds I take on stream, but I don't really mind. Like everyone in my life kind of knows. I have antidepressants. I now have meds for migraine prevention, which that's a whole process I'm going through trying to find the right meds for that. And I have ADHD, so I'm medicated for that when I'm at work and stuff. And when I was first on antidepressants, I kind of had to get over that stigma of quote unquote needing to take something to be quote unquote normal or the same as other people, or when I very first started, I guess I had that belief that it was I don't know the right word, I guess doping or taking drugs to make me happy or whatever. I didn't fully grasp the brain chemistry behind it, that it's kind of bringing me to a level of other people. And I remember my therapist used the analogy of somebody who needs heart medication. You don't stigmatize or judge that, and it's something that they need to live, very similarly to medication for mental health. And I thought I'd fully processed that and was cool about it. But when I started taking meds for ADHD, I was still at uni when I got diagnosed. It was an adult diagnosis. And I remember taking them, and because I had a friend throughout all my studies together, and we're very similar, I guess cognitively, and we would both sort of struggle to study. She's not diagnosed with ADHD, but sort of suspects that she might have it. But I guess because of that, when I started taking meds and I noticed I was able to be productive the way that other people would be, but then seeing like my friend who's very similar to me still struggle, I had this weird feeling that I was cheating somehow. And I think it especially makes sense that, you know, I'm in STEM is like my field. I've graduated now. But like in that sort of science sphere, like there's, I guess, a lot of pressure to be I don't know, I think like basically I'm paid for using my brain, and so I feel like when you have a learning disability, if you feel like your brain isn't working right, I've at least felt very ashamed. During uni I didn't really tell anyone, and yeah, like taking meds for a while I felt like I was cheating to get like productivity, to think better, because I noticed like on my meds the cogs in my brain spun more smoothly, and so for a while it's really awful. And this isn't the final point. I don't like saying this scares me because I don't want somebody to take this on, but I guess if I'm being really honest, I started to have this self-belief that I would never put on anybody else, but we're always harshest to ourselves. And I had this self-belief that without my meds I was just stupid. Like I felt stupid basically, and I felt like I couldn't study without them. But I was able to talk to I guess, I don't know how I was gonna say like the equivalent is like senpai but Australians don't say upperclassmen. But I was talking to somebody basically further along in the field, and he had ADHD, and he was like a very high level in my field, and it was the first time I'd met somebody else in my field who had sort of openly talked about ADHD, and he was medicated. And I guess having somebody else is almost like a role model, that like, or like a blueprint of sorts, to know that it's very much so not cheating or getting like a buff is kind of how I felt. It's that if you have ADHD or similarly other mental illness that you're medicated for, it's not that you're getting a one-up above anybody else, it's that you're getting a foot up to be on the same playing field as them. And I found that, I guess, hard to understand, because like I said, always much harsher on myself than other people. Like I would never say to somebody else that they were dumb without their meds, but it's very easy to be cruel to yourself, I think. But I think coming like to understand that took some time, and so now I'm very passionate about it because I would hate to think somebody else is feeling that, you know.
No, I hear you. That's actually something I can relate to, because I'm on antidepressants as well as not a medication, which we're gonna be labeling here, but but my parents growing up were always anti-medication because they saw the side effects as like too severe to be worth it. And before getting on my antidepressant, I was getting like these massive emotional swings, mood swings. I'll go like in and out of like happiness, then I'll go to like anxiety, and like Steven would know, like 1 week I'm like down to hang out all the time, the next week I'm like a shut-in, like all by myself. I don't need to talk to anyone. So that's why I take it, and I understand this stigmatization part, damn it. I understand the stigma though, because I thought like I was gonna become a zombie and I would lose myself taking an antidepressant. I thought like this would take away even the good stuff in me, but no, like it actually helped change my life and keep my mood stable.
You hear that a lot, hey, that it like makes you feel nothing or something. That also really scared me about it.
Yes, yeah.
But this is like, I don't know, another interesting thing that I remember hearing a lot about antidepressants that I only found out honestly a couple of years ago is that people often say that it will like lower your sex drive, and maybe that's true
Yeah.
for some SSRIs.
I knew you were
But,
gonna go there. Yeah.
I knew it was coming.
yeah. But then I heard that isn't the case. It's just that it takes longer to arrive.
Oh, right,
But
there
like
you
it's
go.
not about sex drive. So, because I actually, oh my goodness, I had an ex once a few years ago where he was blaming that sort of issue, like with sex drive, on my medication, and literally convinced, or I guess you could say manipulated me to stop taking it so that I could be more, and then years later I was like, that wasn't even true. Oh my god, I was so mad.
Did you guys sort of
So-
like communicate things out or sort it out? Or did you do
No.
that by splitting up?
Yeah, he's an ex for a reason. Yeah.
I see.
No,
I see.
I wish it could be a nice learning moment about communication, but
Mhm.
no.
Yeah, that's alright. Yeah, you might have
Yeah.
just been a canon event for him.
Maybe, who
Happens.
knows? I wish I could say that maybe he's reformed, but I don't know.
I mean, if he's a good person, he'll be reformed.
Yeah, I'm sure he's a really
Oh yeah,
good
for sure.
guy.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Oh man.
I know in men, when it comes to antidepressants,
Mm.
some men can find it hard to get hard.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
have
they get ED.
heard that.
Yeah, they get ED.
True. Man.
Man, that must suck. But if you're on antidepressants, I don't think you need your sexual drive anyway.
Yeah, it's like the joke about like my mood's finally stable, but
Yeah.
I can't not. But that may not be true. That may not be true. and yeah, like you said, it's like honestly, if I had to pick, I would probably take a stable mood over that. Like priorities.
But yeah, no, thanks for sharing. It
You're
gives
welcome.
us insight and it gives our viewers insight as well.
Maybe even oversharing, but
No, there's no such thing as oversharing here.
yay!
Obviously, up until your comfort level, of course.
Yeah. Thank
Don't
you.
worry, we have had people share some truly unhinged. shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that was a fun episode.
Man,
Looking back.
I feel like, man, on the topic of like exes, that's something else I could deep dive into.
We
But I'm
can
like,
dive
I
into
don't
that
know.
if you want.
Okay.
We've all had
Yeah.
our fair shares.
Okay, we all share Et's story then. How about that?
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Man, now I have to pick one of them. Oh,
One of
shit.
What?
Oh god, I've got some doozies. But man, if I'm talking about the same one, I probably won't go into specific detail, but I guess like certainly something that hasn't helped my mental health over the years is exes. So like this guy, like when you're saying, oh, like did you communicate it? I like had like a series of images flash through my head, memories of me attempting to communicate, and I was like, because yeah, he ended up being like very manipulative, emotionally abusive, and it was very insidious because we were really, really good friends for years before we dated. And it's kind of like he got his little claws into me over those years. Like when I would think back to like how great it was when we were friends. But then I'd remember just like little things like planting the seed, I guess. And I feel like the term like gaslighting is very overused. But I was actually gaslighted quite a lot, and the like lasting impact that it's had on my mental health and communicating with people, even like relationships, work, and everything, is that I really doubt myself. like I can quite confidently say something that I believe, and if someone gives me any hint of doubt or disagreement, I'm very quick to I guess default and think, oh, I mean, maybe I'm wrong. And that's left me to be not very assertive. And so like that also affects me at work. But sorry, I'm just clearing my throat. I'm not crying. No. If I was crying, that would be okay. Crying's really actually fucking good for you. You should cry more, but don't be sad if you don't want to be. What was I saying? Basically, yeah, it does a number on you, to have someone do that. And I'm still very much trying to find, like, years and years later, trying to, be more assertive and, sort of trust my gut more. I think my friends often say that I have quite strong intuition, but, this ex that I had, he made me stop trusting it. And so I started to ignore, like, gut feelings or, believe someone else over my gut feeling. And so I'm just, you know, trying to relearn that, I guess. Because, something like that is, you know, it's a good thing to see all sides of a story or put yourself in somebody else's shoes. But it got to a point where whenever I had an issue to raise with him, he would spin it like the inverse, and sort of put me as like, well, I feel like this and it's because of this, and actually you're wrong and I've never done anything wrong. And I guess I've gotten to a point being in that mindset where whenever I want to raise something with a friend or something, I have this like almost meta-analysis going on in the back of my head where I'm like, oh, but maybe it was because of this reason or maybe this. And like, while that can be a good thing, you know, empathy, it's led me to, I guess, put my own feelings second. And so I'm having to reverse that a lot. Even in like my daily life, my friend like has told me that I apologize way too much. And I know that I do. So I'm trying really hard to get better at that and replacing it with a thank you, you know, which is often where it's appropriate. You know, I'm saying sorry that you have to do this, but, you know, it's often, oh, thank you for doing this. Which actually, oh my god, did you guys ever see that Barbie YouTube video about this?
Do you know the channel name?
Wait, I don't know. It was for a while, like, when Zoella-esque YouTubers were a thing. Barbie YouTube channel. They, like, had, like, an animated Barbie, and it was really good. She was kind of, like, doing vlogs. They were actually really fun to watch. And, one of them, she was, like, sitting down in the front of the camera and saying that women, like, apologize too much, and, you know, like, even just something like, oh, sorry, like, if you like bump into someone, even if you weren't at fault. It's a really good video. Hold on, wait. Barbie, I'm on YouTube. Barbie, vlog, apologizing. Imagine it just comes up and it's Barbie, like, in a grey sweater doing an apology video. It's just, I'm so sorry for my repeatedly, whatever. What was that Logan Paul apology? You know the one.
The forest one?
Anyway. The one where he's like apologizing and he's like, I've had a continuous lapse in my judgment or whatever. Yeah. Wait, hold on. I think this is, I got it fucking ad.
It's kind of funny how you just brought up the forest one, Nova.
The train of thought from like me, like opening up about my history to Barbie to Logan Paul was like breakneck speeds.
Oh gosh.
Oh my god, I found it! Oh my god. In your free time, you should watch it.
Okay.
It's really, whoever was like voice acting this, or maybe they like, I don't know how they did this, but it was really good. And she had like videos like with Ken doing like boyfriend tag or like what's in my bag, like those old trends.
Really?
It was so good. I love Barbie. Do you guys like Barbie movies?
I did like the live action one. I actually did like it. I used to watch it with my sister. Okay, I used to watch it with my sisters. Barbie and the Nutcracker, Barbie's from the Lake.
Yes!
What were some other ones I used to watch with my sisters?
Princess and the Pauper,
Yeah,
Dancing
okay.
Princesses. They're so good, and oh my god, the CG animals in those films are so horrifying. Oh my god. I still watch them. Me and my friend will watch Barbie movies together, and it's so good. Like, oh my god.
Not me, but my girlfriend does.
You should watch it with her.
Oh, I
my
don't know
God.
about that one.
Do it! If you're gonna break down toxic masculinity stereotypes with mental health, you gotta start at the core, and that is Barbie movie. Well, I'll wait. I've got the perfect video to watch in your free time. It's like a gateway.
Okay, sure.
Is this one of your sit-down breakdowns of the Barbie movies?
Yeah, no, oh my god, those are so good. No, it's I watched every Barbie movie and took it out of context, so it's just really random moments from Barbie movies, and it's really
Yeah.
funny.
Alright.
It's so good. I have too many videos for like any occasion. For my friends, I have a playlist called like Poppy's references. So anytime, because in conversation I'll reference something obscure that people don't know, and so I just instantly know where to go to get the link and send it. Be like, this is what I'm talking. Just, I got so sick of being like, you know that video, and everyone's like, no, Poppy, nobody knows. I'm like, look at this.
Poppy's the type of person to have a meme folder. If I ate toast today, if I ate cereal today.
Yeah. It's like on my YouTube I actually have a playlist, videos that make Poppy haha, so that like I can pull it up on stream. I think like one stream I might have even gone through some of them.
Oh, I remember that stream actually.
Yeah, that was so fun.
I love the Mario one when Mario's just screaming.
Yeah. When I showed that, I just, whenever I think of it, like the first time I saw it, I like was on the floor and I laughed so hard, I swear I almost threw up. Like it was so much. And then I showed Don one day and he like could not stop laughing. It was so fucking funny. Oh, it's so good. Okay, I'm gonna stop thinking about it.
We'll be here all day for just thinking about the Mario meme.
Yeah. It's really good. I still remember another time, like off stream. Was it? Yeah, I was playing Project Zomboid. It was with Kid and Don, and we were driving somewhere in the game, and Don and I were in the backseat, Kid was driving, and I like sent a video to them, and we're watching it, and oh my god, it's such a dumb video. But Don was laughing, I was laughing, and Kid was just like, get me out of here.
That's so
It's
Kid.
so much. Yeah. Kid tolerates a lot.
Oh my gosh. It's just the two kids in the back and they're doing whatever.
Yeah. Like, don't make me come back there.
Okay, so the original topic was exes.
Yeah. Okay, it's your turn to tell stories.
Okay, so I had this ex who was a 27-year-old Korean woman, and I was 18.
That's horrifying. Oh my god.
So my birthday's early in the year, so I was already 18, but I was just in like the local library in like the city, and this Korean woman come up to me and she's like saying hi and all that, and she asked us if I can help her with English. I'm like, yeah, sure. And then she invites me to this Bible study. I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? Because I lost my parents' beliefs, and I was on a journey trying to discover, religions here and there. So I decided to go. And it's all fine and normal until after we start dating. And that's when like all the abuse came out. Like she was physically abusive.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Mentally and that. And because here's the thing, she was in this Korean doomsday cult.
What?
Okay, so it's a Christian doomsday cult where the leader believes he's the actual reincarnation of Jesus Christ, the second coming of Jesus
Oh my
Christ.
God.
Oh my god.
Yeah, his name's Man-Hee Lee, and his church is called Shincheonji. It's
How
actually
have I
crazy.
heard of this? That's insane.
Yeah, so she was trying to drag me away from my friends and family.
Ooh.
She'll say, these people aren't good for you. We can lead you to goodness and all that.
Oh.
And when they taught the Bible, they taught it all about themselves. Like, we're the only way you can be saved. Everyone else is like going to hell, whatever.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a
that's
cult
so
for sure.
scary.
Yeah, so she would always insult me in that. Like, she'll hit me sometimes, and I feel like she did like everything she could to keep me under control until I eventually had to say no, that this is enough, and I moved on. Yeah, getting over that was like really hard though. Like,
It would have been hard enough to get to that point to leave. That's also really hard.
Yeah, I just couldn't see myself being part of a cult. She said to me, it's either me in the church or nothing. I'm like, nothing.
Bye.
Damn, you chose right.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah, but my self-image of myself was almost gone, like destroyed.
I think that's like the point of a cult is to like try lose your identity in it, right? Is what they try to do.
So with all that cult stuff going on and her abuses, like, I had to learn to trust people again. I had to learn that love is okay, that people aren't gonna hurt you.
That is hard to relearn. Yeah.
Like, it just made me feel like anyone who would approach me first had bad intention.
Yeah, that's fair. After what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. But hey, good thing is you weren't sacrificed.
Yeah, I'm really glad you made it out and you're working through it, because that's not easy at all.
Yeah. Okay, Steven, what do you got for us?
Let's go.
I mean, it's a long story, but I'll give
Go on.
I'll try to make it short. Long distance relationship. She was a foreigner studying here. Surprisingly met her at the clubs. Didn't really expect much of it, honestly, at first. Went on a few dates. She wasn't really a clubbing girl, she was just there with her friends that night. So yeah, went on a few dates. Wasn't sure how it was gonna turn out, honestly, because she was an exchange student. And prior to her leaving, she popped the question, "What are we?" So then I was like, oh, so you're looking for something then. So we kind of just started dating. And being a long distance relationship, it's pretty difficult, you don't see each other, and you just gotta trust each other, etc. And I think the worst thing was whenever we would see each other, it would just be really bad and really toxic. Like, we'll just always argue over like really minor things. It's all the time. Would be arguing even when we're not with each other, like, she's back at home. And we'd just be constantly arguing. And I think the thing that set me off was when I went over to visit her. I was in a foreign country, had no one there, didn't know anyone there, and first thing I got there, I was a bit late because my flight was delayed. Like, everything just went south. My flight was delayed. And she finished work, so she was waiting for me. And as soon as I got out of the gate, she's like, "Oh, what took you so long?"
What?
And yeah, and then I said, "Oh, look, like, I was waiting. I told you my flight was delayed, and I was waiting for my luggage just now. and they they lost my luggage. Well, they didn't lose it,
No.
but it wasn't there when I arrived, which it was supposed to because it was a transfer flight. And yeah, so that was rough already. She was already pissed off at me over like something that's out of my control. And like I haven't seen her in a long time. She hasn't seen me in a long time either. Didn't even get a kiss from her. Worse, didn't even get to hold hands with her.
Oh.
And it was rough. Like it was just like a quiet bus ride after that. Because
Sheesh.
country, she lives in Hong Kong, so
Mm.
it's more difficult to own a property and your own vehicle there and stuff. So yeah, that bus ride is a pretty hellish. And what's really set me off the most was just the neglect.
Yeah.
And the worst thing was it's pretty stupid. We argued over noodles.
Noodles.
Because like we were meant to wake up early to go meet up with her sister to get her graduation gown. Because I went there to visit for her graduation. For uni, and yeah, so I woke up early. And I told her, hey, wake up. We gotta go. We gotta go meet up with your sister. Otherwise, she's gonna, be angry or so, or she might be late or something. Because she had to take, she had to visit her during her sister's lunch break. And then I wake up early and she didn't wake up. So I was like, oh, okay, let me make noodles because I'm the type of person that needs to eat constantly. I can't starve. I'm a big eater. Oh, I was a big eater. Now I'm not. But yeah, I made noodles, and then she got up after that, and she's like, "Oh, why are you eating? We gotta go now." And I was like, "What the fuck? We gotta go now? Just let me like scuff this down. It'll only take like a minute." And she started getting angry, and then we had an argument, and then she hit me, and then I was like, "What the fuck?" And as self-defense, I kind of pushed her back.
Oh, you heard it here,
And
Pastor Sen
yeah,
Podcast.
yeah, exactly. If if you hit someone, prepare to get hit back. Man or woman. So yeah, like, hey, I didn't use lethal force, guys. Come on, I just jumped in. All right, relax. But yeah, and then that kind of just set the tone. I was a bit like numb after that. It wasn't great. Even then when I was there meeting her friends for the first time, I wasn't even introduced.
Oh my god.
I wasn't introduced. Like
What?
you'd expect, you'd go up to your friends and be like, "Oh, hey guys, this is my boyfriend, blah blah blah," and then and then I can start talking. I can introduce myself, but it wasn't even that. I just had to introduce myself. So it
That's
was
so
hell.
odd.
Yeah, and then there was more issues after that because we had to travel to Vietnam as well because she wanted to go there, and more issues with my freaking luggage, of course, knowing my luck. And it's all my
Airlines
fault.
screwed you over.
Yeah, exactly. And it's all my fault somehow. Things that are out of my control. So I was like, whatever. And then and then I got home after that, and again my luggage wasn't home. I had to wait out. And yeah, and then after like a few months, things kind of settled down, but I still didn't really feel like I could recover from that. And we were together for a while already. We were together for like almost, I think, like 5 years already.
Oh my god.
Yeah, right. Like long distance relationship too. And then I kind of just said, fuck it, like if we see each other again, it's just gonna be a full blown argument, and we're just gonna be fighting constantly, and that's not what I want. I'm too relaxed for that kind of shit. And then I just kind of broke it up, and I said, look,
Damn.
like I'm not feeling it. Like it's not gonna work out. That's it. We're done. And then I just blocked her from everything. No contact. And yeah, so I hope she's doing fine, because I was doing fine after. So
Yeah.
that's my story.
Damn. Steve.
Man.
I couldn't imagine like doing all that travel just to like be snuffed But,
Yeah, like wouldn't you just be
Yeah.
happy you're seeing each other at all after all that time, even if it was like a couple hours later, like after
Yeah.
who knows how long? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and that's probably one of the most that I've cried.
Oh,
Moments.
yeah.
Yeah, I just kind of toughed it out, and then got home, and then realized, like that's not what I want.
Yeah. I feel like I think it's interesting hearing like we've all shared our ex story and like I'm a girl and then like just different like sides of it because I feel like when you were talking both of you were talking about like your girlfriends being like physically abusive and I have suffered physical abuse as well and I feel like women's suffering of abuse is very talked about and for good reason. There's like a higher rate of male and female violence, but
Yeah.
I feel like the inverse isn't talked about and it's almost normalized. Like I feel sick to my stomach. There's so many TikToks, reels, whatever, like jokes where like the girlfriend is overly jealous and it's like a funny little bit and like girls hitting men is very normalized, and I think if a man is to like speak up about it, people are very quick to like call him like weak or it's very much so a different story. And you were saying when she hit you that you pushed back a self-defense and you felt this need to be like, but like saying, I guess like talking, like you felt that need to talk against the stereotype or routine thing that like men should never lay hands on a woman, but it's like, well, she laid hands on you and you had to defend yourself. And I feel like that inverse isn't spoken about. Like there's a lot of people where it's like, under no circumstance should a man ever lay hands on a woman, and it's like, well, what if she attacked him? Like it's not very nuanced, and it's very old school misogyny where it affects men as much as it affects women. It's like the two sides of it where feminism isn't just for women, it also affects men. I found that really interesting to hear.
Yeah, it's not a topic where it gets discussed a lot. And yeah, it does kind of blow my mind that in today's society men get judged that way just because they get seen as weak or so, but in reality it's like if he does retaliate, it's chances are it's not going to end well.
Yeah.
So,
Damn, that's a lot.
Yeah, it like goes it's like goes a lot into, I guess, like, I don't know, at least in my experience, the way that like honestly overarching like societal views, pressures, like patriarchal like beliefs do like play so much into individual relationships. Like as much as individuals may not subscribe to that, I feel like everyone's still affected by it. Like plenty of men don't want to be known as feminist, but a lot of the things that they have issue with, for example, like there's maternity leave but not really paternity leave, women having more of a say like in child dispute law, like usually they will go to the mother, and a lot of men, obviously that affects them, and they, I guess because it's sort of like a divide almost, it almost feels like there's a rift between men and women, where if women are getting things that men aren't, it's very easy for men to point the finger at like women. But I feel like it is a reason, like comes back to that misogyny, where it's like the reason kids will go to women more is that old belief of like women being the caregivers, and it plays so much into relationships more than people probably want to believe. But
yeah, that's right.
yeah. It's like the most political you'll hear me on stream. I'd like it to be a pretty neutral space.
Yeah.
And now the leash is off. I don't know. I think on stream that's something like kind of hard to handle, is that I do have strong like I hate saying political beliefs when for me it's like usually comes down to like just humans. But on stream I like to not talk about that because for me streaming is an escape and I want it to be an escape for other people. But then I guess there's that you fall into that like privilege that I am able to like not talk about it as well, and I am aware of that, and I think it really plagues me sometimes where I'm like, is it blissful ignorance for me to just not talk about things? But should I also be allowed to curate a like comfortable place for me and viewers? I don't know. It's a big thing.
Yeah, it's like there's things in like gray areas where you kind of want to not discuss because you know, like different people, different minds. So you know, if you say something, someone might get offended, even though it might be neutral. But yeah, it just depends on, you know, the people, I guess.
Yeah, because you're often trying to keep a bit of a control on chat as well. Like you'll have moderators, but I think as the streamer you do kind of influence the people around you or like inform the kind of people that want to stick around. And so like you don't want to I guess say anything too inflammatory because, you know, you don't know how people in chat will take that and run with it. So I just, if someone says like something that I'm not comfortable with, I usually will just like ignore it and then hope that other people in chat won't lead into it. Otherwise it's like a straight up ban if it's bad enough. But like just like those like morally like gray things where people say something and I'm like like if it was someone in my personal life I'd be like I don't know, but on stream I'll just kind of like gloss it. But sorry, I am really good at like going like jumping trains of thoughts like from one thing to another. Feel free to circle us back to the original topic. I take a topic and I run with it. Well, like a dog with a food that's like you know.
Oh my gosh. So Poppy, on your live stream you have a emote, the MFP. What does that stand for? Why do you have that emote? I wanted to ask that question the whole day.
Oh my god, I imagine you just holding it in like, I want to ask.
Almost there. Almost there.
Okay, for the benefit of everyone, let me find, okay, I'll put it in the little group chat as well. It's based on this meme. Hold on a second. Okay, there it is. So, the MFP emote is to reference the Kronk from Emperor's New Groove Monster Fucker permit, where well, like for an emote you can't fit all those letters, so I was like MFP because so many people wanted one when I brought this image up on stream ages ago and so many people were like, that has to be an emote, and I was like, oh, people what they want, and then I had to make it like you know, emotable, and so it's gotten to a point where I have a Nightbot command. Whenever someone's like, what is this emote, I just plug it and it links to that image. But are we gonna get into talking about monster fucking? Don't give me the floor on this. I will take it. I will sprint with it.
I want you just to explain why people wanted you to make this emote. What about you makes people associate monster fucking with you?
So it started with a dear friend of mine, Ayati Sapphire, plugging her Twitch right now. She, when I was playing Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, she took a liking to one of the monsters called Lionels that are like kind of like centaurs but also part lion, and she was just like, and I was like, at this point, I don't think I'd mentioned monster fucking on stream. But she said that, and I was like, oh, hell yeah, I'm gonna match with that. And I was like, yeah, you're right. And then that's sort of I came out as a monster fucker on stream. And then, yeah, it just, I had that meme saved in my phone because, like, my friends and stuff know. And so if I see, like, art of like a monster, I'll send it and then send that, and I'm like, it's okay, I've got a license. But can I have a mini? Can I have a moment to talk about something very near and dear to my heart? That is monster. Can I say monster fucking? I just realized you can
Go
bleep
ahead.
it out.
You're perfectly fine. Go right.
Okay. I have said this. I don't know if I've said it on stream, but I've definitely said it to my friends. Where like I feel like, okay, monster fucking on its base level, right? It's like, okay, you like some weird shit, cool, that's fine. But I personally have, oh my god. So I feel like monster fucking is a very accessible type of like lewd content for a few reasons. It all comes down to there being like non-human anatomy, like monstrous anatomy, right? Where I feel like a lot of people can, at least in my experience, the reason like I tended to it as well as just being, I guess, a little freaky, is that I like having like sexual trauma, not seeing body parts that would trigger me was nice, basically. And so I find that, in my opinion, monster fucking is a very, I say accessible, because I feel like sexual trauma victims, like it's sort of safer experience in a way. And I, have friends as well that are trans as well, and so like I've spoken to them, and for that same reason, like the non-human anatomy, like it's maybe easier for trans people with gender dysphoria to like get into that, because there again is not that human anatomy that can be like tied up in so many emotions and things like that. So I get so passionate. I'm like, yeah, monsters are, but then if you let me talk about it enough, I get to this point where I'm like, I actually think monster fucking is a healing form of pornographic material, and it needs to be said. Nobody's talking about it.
I can't wait for your paper on it.
Yeah.
PG monster fucking.
Yeah, how my alien boyfriend healed me.
Oh, that's another question I want to ask. Do you believe in aliens?
I want to believe so bad, and I want to believe so bad that they want to.
Oh, wait a minute. I know where this is going. Say no more.
That they need human specimens for research on things I will not name.
Yeah,
Any
research
aliens listening,
purposes.
I am ready to donate my body to your alien science. You don't even have to say anything. Beam me up. Send tweet. Okay, but on a real note, I do believe in aliens, because like, how fucking narcissistic for humans to be like, this is the only place that sustains intelligent life. Because even aside from intelligent life, there is no way that on different planets with different ecosystems, there isn't some kind of like plant-like life that's evolved. Like, even if the alien life isn't at like even the Cambrian era of evolution, there has to be something. Like, don't be silly, That's just silly to not. Oh, excuse me, I hiccuped. In my opinion. I don't. Do you guys believe in aliens?
I've met an alien.
What?
Yeah.
What? I'm so jealous. Where? No
Okay. Okay, so basically I practice Buddhism, so I practice meditation a lot.
Mhm.
So I was meditating like really hard. That's the best way to explain it to you.
Can you teach me how to meditate as well? On a side note, I need to relax.
Yeah, sure. So,
Okay, sorry, please continue.
Anyway, for some reason I just feel different. My body feels different, my mind feels different. Like, I've never reached this level before of meditation. And then all of a sudden I find myself in the fourth dimension.
Huh?
In like an astral projection sense. My physical body wasn't there, but my mentality was there, my spirit was there, I guess.
Yeah.
So the thing about the fourth dimension is time is like a dot. So there's a timeline, beginning and end, but it's all switched together into a singular dot, singularity. So basically you can see all time at once. There's a reason humans don't go to the fourth dimension, because the average human would be messed up pretty much just experiencing that. That's why they say in the Bible, like, people can't see God in that, because God's like a 10th dimensional being pretty much.
Right.
We can only process our world, which is the 3D world, and we see in 2D. So going to the fourth dimension is you seeing in 3D. So you see every side of the cube at once. So you've seen all of time in it. You've seen all of time in it once.
I just had to look around my room and I was like, I'm seeing in 2D. And then you said that and I was like, oh shit. Okay, please continue.
Okay. So this alien was just chilling there, because you can just fly around, walk around the fourth dimension. So I just talked to this alien, and I'm like talking to him, asking all these questions and that. In their species, they have evolved beyond gender. But
of course.
But this alien, if he was referring to our life, he would be he. That's why I'm saying he. So he was explaining all this stuff, and he explained how space travel to me. So basically, they bring the whole ship up to the fourth dimension and travel in that space, because time doesn't affect you in the fourth dimension. So they can go wherever they want as fast as they want. Yeah.
That makes sense.
And then they just come down wherever they need to go.
Oh.
Wait, so like at any point in time they can hear me saying, I'm ready.
Yeah,
They're probably hearing me say it all at once because I say it a lot.
Yeah. So they don't come to Earth because they don't know yet if they got pathogens or something that will kill us.
Oh, I'm willing to be a test subject. Sorry, I'll calm down.
But they do. They do watch us. They do watch us there.
Hi.
They're very interested in humans.
I love you so much. I hope you know that. I hope they heard that.
Yeah.
For real.
So this alien, his hobby is watching Earth. He has to study Earth and like all our creations and creatures and all that.
It would be weird for an outsider because humans do some wacky stuff.
Yeah, their species is so evolved physically, socially, and all that, mentally, that they're basically peering in the past by looking at us.
True.
So he's learning like what life would have been like in a less civil era.
Yeah, we're still very uncivilized. That's real.
Yeah, so this alien was cool now. He like explained stuff to me. Cause I'm in the fourth dimension for the first time, and I don't know what's going on. This is the entirely different dimension. Like my 3D brain don't process the 4D.
Yeah. It's really nice of him to like talk you through it.
Yeah, I don't think humans will reach that level of space travel. No. It's just too complex. It's just like we couldn't comprehend bringing an object out of physical space and time, bring it to a whole new place that doesn't exist technically. And then
I for one don't understand.
Yeah. Like, how do I explain the technology to NASA? Okay, I need you to be able to rip a hole in space and time to go to an entirely different universe just so you can space travel a bit faster.
Be like, just go to the fourth dimension, forehead. It's easy. I did it.
Oh, they're still far behind. They're still trying to use black holes and all that.
Yeah,
aliens are like,
dude.
that's like baby technology. We had that eons ago.
Wow, that's so cool. Oh my goodness. I guess, is that like where your interest in like space came from? You know, being Nova?
I had an interest since I was a kid. My parents took me to the planetarium, and
I've never been to one. That sounds so fun.
you should go. It's so fun.
It's fun.
Ooh.
Sorry, what was that?
I was gonna say, so you see like the real planets? You look at the planets?
On special nights, they bring out like the telescope and people can look at like whatever planets, the moon.
Whoa.
Yeah, so they had this like big dome room you can sit in, and they project like the whole night sky on the ceiling, and they show like photos of universes and nebulas and all that. It's really nice.
Whoa. That sounds really cool. I feel like I could relax looking at that.
Oh, it's very relaxing.
Hmm.
Yeah, so that's where my interest in astronomy came from. Because I always just looked up at the night sky and thought, like, this is really beautiful. I'd like to learn more about this.
Hmm.
Do you got
Yes,
any unique hobbies, Poppy?
I don't think so because I have hobbies, but I think honestly I spent like up until now my whole life just like studying, or like before then I was just like a kid like picking my nose and stuff, but then after that it was just like studying. Like I guess I love horse riding. I'm a horse girl, as Nova would know, but I don't really get to do that often. Last time I rode a horse was last year and I had a lot of fun. So I really love horses and horse riding, so I guess that would be my hobby. I just don't get to practice it at the moment. But yeah, in general I really love animals. I feel like I like will randomly talk like on stream, but I don't really like talk about it a lot. But I guess being a pigeon and whatnot, there's also like that. But yeah, I love animals. I love horses. I love pigeons and ibises, and yeah, lots of animals. And whales. I love whales.
You love animals.
I don't know if that's hobby.
Yeah.
I don't know if animals is a hobby, but
It's just a hobby. Like getting really into it.
Yeah. But I guess at the moment, like streaming has become my hobby. Like, I only got a PC like a couple years ago, so like until then, like I never had like any consoles or anything. Growing up, I played like Nintendo DS. So I feel like I'm also like a very baby gamer. Like, there's a lot of games I haven't played, because also when I was playing on the Nintendo DS, it was like Mario Kart and then like horse games.
Horse games.
Or like on the computer as a kid, I would play like Flash games, and a lot of them were horse related, or like those like random games. Did you guys ever play games on Fun Hill? I feel like I've not met anyone else who knows what Fun Hill was.
Fun Hill? Not really.
It was
What
like
was it
like
we used to play, Nova? Was it mini clips? Was it?
Mini clips, yeah, that was
oh, I've heard of that. It was just like a bunch of Flash games, and honestly, because I was a kid on the internet, I didn't understand it, but it was probably like Flash games taken from other places and like compiled on. Oh my god, when I googled it now, it's just biblical games for everyone. That's not what I... Man.
Yeah. I don't
But anyway.
feel like people's hobbies have to be interesting, only if you're interested in it.
Yeah, that's true, hey.
That's right.
I feel like I want to get a hobby where I like physically do something like with my hands. I was in like 2020, because like, you know, COVID era, I started like learning how to draw, because I have like a few friends who are artists, and for a while I was like practicing quite a bit, and I was really enjoying it. And then again, studying, I didn't really get much time, and I haven't drawn in a long time, but I really liked that, and I would like to get back into that. But yeah, oh my god, the cat has a zoomies. She's playing with a sock. Hey girl. She's playing with my sock.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm gonna open the door because she just ran around the room. One moment, I'm gonna let her out so she can go crazy.
No worries. While Poppy's doing that, Nova, on the topic of aliens, what are your thoughts? Here's my theory. What are your thoughts of aliens just being us, but from the future?
Aliens being us from the future.
Yeah, so it's just us, but they're just really advanced. Hence why they're coming back to have a look at us.
I believe aliens are their own species, and my theory on time travel is because time travel hasn't been invented yet. That's why we haven't seen it.
Yeah.
They still will be able to go back in time to a time where time travel wasn't invented, but on our timeline, time travel just hasn't been invented yet. So that's why we haven't seen any evidence of time travel yet.
Oh.
Yeah.
So as soon as it is officially invented on our timeline, that's when time travel will assist. So we're on the original timeline. As soon as time travel is invented, will be another timeline, pretty much. So we're technically on the timeline where time travel isn't invented yet, but as soon as it is invented, we'll all shift over to the timeline where it is invented.
Yeah, that makes
So
sense.
history will change. You know the Mandela effect?
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh.
history will literally change. So if we look at our brains now, time travel has never existed. But as soon as it is invented, then in our brains, time travel would always existed. Because there'll be time travelers going back in time. And affecting our memories. Yeah, affecting our memories.
Oh my god! It didn't make sense until you said it like that.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Wow. I'm too stupid.
I just like going into theoretical topics.
Yeah, I love talking about that stuff.
My little smooth brain, like literal pigeon smooth brain, just like, ugh.
It's shaping up.
Uh-huh. Wait, did you know koalas also have smooth brains?
Yes.
Sorry.
They're very smooth brain.
They're so dumb. They're so dumb.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So that's why there's no evidence. Because we technically haven't invented time travel yet. So we have to wait for time travel for evidence to appear of time travel.
Yeah,
Oh,
that makes a lot of sense.
wow.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is it hasn't happened yet. That's it. As soon as it happens,
Wow.
it happens for everyone. Yeah.
Once it happens, it happens. And it will certainly will have happened once it happens.
Oh my gosh, the portal teleporters are scary though.
I want to teleport my long distance friends. Just bloop.
Okay, but teleporter as technology, it rips you apart cell by cell, atom by atom, and then recreates you in another place. So is that copy of you the real you? Or is it
Have
a
you
second
ever
copy?
seen a movie called The Fly by Cronenberg?
Yeah.
I love that movie. It's like
Yeah.
Prestige. Oh my god, it reminds me of that.
Yeah. Oh my god. I just think a lot. I have a lot of time to think. I'm thinking like the deepest topics I can think of and try to my answers.
Dude, but have you seen The Fly?
I've seen it, yeah. I know you want your audience to see it.
I love it so much. Ever since I watched it a couple months ago, I think about it at least. Just like the imagery alone, like the practical effects, and then just like the poetry of it, like that line where he's saying like, "I'm a fly who dreamed I was a man." Like, it's such a good movie.
It reminds me of Kafka.
What's that?
Metamorphosis. The book Metamorphosis.
Oh!
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember now. And the only thing I know about that is that Kafka was like, don't put a bug on the cover, please. It's not about that. And then people keep doing that.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
Wait.
Do you want to talk about it?
Oh, I don't think I could go too deep. I know. I don't think I can go
Once
too
you're like,
deep.
ooh.
Oh. Oh.
You're like excited but trying to hold it in.
That'll be going into philosophy and all that, and
Honestly,
I don't
I'm
know.
too stupid. Your breath would be wasted on my dumb little ears.
I'm gonna go with that. Okay, Poppy, I got a question. It's been on my mind for like the last week because I knew we were gonna interview. How do you feel about being called an ego, even as a joke by your chatters?
I don't know. I'm like, what even is an ego at this point? I don't really mind. I think it's funny though, like, like there's that joke about like, because I have like, well, like neck pain or like back pain, headaches, ADHD, and there's that ongoing joke that I'm an e-girl. And like Neki in my chat keeps saying that Poppy's secretly a hot e-girl, and I'm like, bruh, I don't. I'm just like, I don't know. You can do what you want. I don't really mind. It only affects me, I guess, positively if everyone thinks I'm hot. So I'm like, go off, I guess. It's a funny joke too, so I'm chill.
Yeah, I find it funny.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good running joke, I think.
You
Just like anytime a new bit of lore pops.
like you just add the most random things to it. Oh, Poppy sneezes on Tuesdays. That's so hot.
Yeah, that's such ego behavior.
Only sneezes on Tuesdays.
Yeah. Has a cat allergy while fostering a cat. That's hot.
Wait, you have a cat allergy?
Yeah, I'm like mildly allergic. It just makes me a bit sniffly and sneezy. Like, oh my goodness. Today, I've never smelt a cat before because I know about my allergy, but because I'm fostering this cat, I was cuddling her and I did a little... And you hear cat owners say that cats smell good, and I get it. She smelled so good, and then I sneezed a bunch afterwards. But it was worth it. It was so... She'd just been sunbaking too, so she smelled like the sun. She was beautiful. Little corn chip kind of smell, but not really. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But cats smell good.
I think when it comes to cats versus dogs, I think cats got the smell part down. I think they're the winner.
Dogs can be smelly.
Dogs stink, bro. Dogs smell. Oh,
wait, are you guys like? Do you have an opinion on like dog versus cat? Like, are you a dog or a cat person? Because I have another tangent to go on, but I want to know first.
Steven, you go first, if that's okay.
Well, I prefer dogs more. But that's because if I was to get a pet, I would get a dog to, safeguard my property. But if I didn't need that, and I just wanted something inside, of course, it would most likely be a cat. Because I'm not gonna let my dog inside, that's for sure.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I've only ever owned dogs my whole life. There was a period of time where I did live with a cat. I think it really depends on where you're living, like Steven said. But there's just something about dogs I like more. Just the playfulness, the always there for you, loving you. I know, maybe I'm just seeking what I missed out on in childhood.
Dogs are the most forgiving creatures, and when people say we don't deserve them, I really believe that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing against cats. I just like the behavior of dogs a bit better.
Okay, so this is my point. So I also only grew up with dogs, and I hadn't lived with a cat until like I was a couple years ago living with housemates who had cats, and now I'm fostering a cat. And I think in that time of living with cats, I still think I honestly can't say if I'm a dog or a cat person, but something like an epiphany I had recently, and I need you to like hear me out here. So I think dog people are people who like dogs. Cat people are people who like cats, but they are also people that cats like. And what I mean by that is that cats like, I guess they like a certain kind of energy from a person, and I feel like lots of dog people like strictly do not like cats. I know that's not really the case here, but lots of people, you'll hear them be like, I hate cats. They're so picky, they never want to like be around you, like they're so snobby, like dogs will always love you. And there's that sort of rhetoric. And I find because of that, because dog people are seeking affection actively from an animal, cats end up not liking that, because cats like someone who will let the cat come to them when they want to. And so then cat people have that energy where they're kind of just happy to watch a cat and have a cat come up to them. And so then they like cats more because cats like them because they interact with them. But like with dogs, there isn't that sort of pressure to be liked back because dogs just generally like everyone. And so it's not a knock at either dog or cat people, because like dog people completely get like you have someone to go on walks with, to always be there for you. And then I've heard some cat people don't like dogs because they don't want an animal that's always needing attention and affection the way dogs do compared to cats. But I just find that interesting. It's like an epiphany I had, because at first I didn't know how to interact with cats. And so I was like, oh, I guess I like dogs more. But then as I've learnt what cats like in a person, and it sounds funny, but like yeah, learning that, and then I feel like you get on more of a wavelength, and now I'm having a nap for like 3 hours with a cat cuddled up beside me, and I wake up and she headbutts my face and I smell her, and it's really lovely, and I love cats so much, and I wish I could keep her.
That's
Thanks for
nice.
listening.
Damn, that epiphany sounds nice to have though. About cats and
Yeah.
dogs. The last
Yeah, because yeah, you
Before
go.
you do. The last epiphany I had was about atoms, like how our whole body's made of atoms, and how all this comes together, and it knows how to make our brain and our liver and our heart, and they all know how to work. These little balls of energy know how to create all these things in our body, trillions of them. Like, how does it know to form a brain in that certain way, to make the chemicals go in that certain way? Like,
That is interesting. I see. It is really funny, like the different levels. Cats like people, like cats and people, and you're like,
what is
I feel like-
atoms?
yeah, I feel like a kid playing with building blocks, and that's a good epiphany too. If I think too hard about it, I get really confused.
I just want to know how it works. Like, how do the atoms know to do that?
Yeah, who made them? Who made this? Who knew? It's so odd.
What about you, Stephen? You had a deep thought about something?
Regarding atoms, yeah, Nova and I kind of spoke about it before, and I'm like, you know, scientifically, if atoms are never touching each other, then how are we even a whole? You know, doesn't even make sense.
True. Like Gojo Sato. I'm sorry, I don't have Jujutsu Kaisen brain rot. I swear.
Oh no,
my
my
God.
girlfriend has Jujutsu Kaisen brain rot.
No, I'm not even up to date. I don't read the manga. I'm just watching the anime. I just have friends who do, and it's like by osmosis rubbed off on me, and I'm
Yeah.
just like, Jujutsu Kaisen. Like,
Okay.
oh no, you go. Sorry.
I thought Poppy was going to bring it up, but I guess.
Mm.
No, we're going to be here for the next hour if we do. You know what I'm talking about, right, Poppy?
Wait. Oh, is it the law?
Is it One Piece?
For a second, I thought you were gonna bring up the lore from stream that pisses brights. I was like, what? What are you talking about?
What is this right?
It's so silly. I feel like I should go on the record now and explain it, and then I can timestamp this podcast and set up a command bot for any time pisses brights comes up, so then everyone knows. Because I have to explain myself so much. We can talk about One Piece in a moment. I'm only up to chapter like 300 and something.
Oh, nice.
The pisses brights thing is I was playing Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, and there's a bright gold horse in that game, and I just made a passing comment that it looks like a piss. I was like, this is a piss horse. And then I actually can't fully remember why it came up, but like Neki was there, and in the chat it was him and Ayati, and they were saying like that the horse was like a religious figure, and then because like the name Pisses Brights was like a coin of like Jesus Christ. And then Neki, as he does, made like a whole copy pasta for like praising Pisses Brights. and it will just any stream it will come up, and he has that like on like a hotkey, I swear. And he posts it, and then people like new people to the channel like what? And then I have to explain this whole thing, and like out of context, just telling the story, and I'm like missing a lot of the embellishments. I'm like, I am aware this sounds really silly, but it's become like a staple, and I'm like, it's, you know, you gotta embrace it. That's what that is. It's the copy pasta of my chat.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. Yeah.
I was kind of unwilling at first. I was like, I didn't decide this, but I've just kind of, you know, agreed to it over time. I'm like, oh, well, I guess this is happening.
Steven, you ready? I mentioned One Piece. I'm waiting for Poppy to talk about One Piece. Because I was like really unwell for the past month with migraines, and I'm still getting them. I just have better meds now. But like I had like a bit of a break from reading One Piece, and it also didn't help that around the time I started to get sick, I was in the Davy backfight arc, and it was so painful. It's like the first arc I've encountered that I like, but it's like a mini arc, I guess. But I was just like, oh, I want this to be over. But aside from that, I'm really loving it. I've cried quite a few times. I love Chopper so much. Before I read it, I had a friend who's into One Piece, and she was like, I hate Chopper. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. I wonder why. And I still don't know why. He's annoying. And I'm like, he's so cute though. I love Chopper. And like, whenever I talk about Chopper, I think of that song where it's like the Boku wa Dokta Tony Tony Chopper. It's so cute. Oh my god. I am excited to keep reading it, and I just avoid any online One Piece content because I don't want any spoilers. But I keep seeing, like, obviously I didn't know that there was a time skip, but then fans would be talking to me about it, and they'd be like, oh yeah, post time skip, and I'm like, post what now? But I guess because there is a time skip, and it looks like some characters have new abilities, and I'm like, la 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 la, I don't see it, I don't, na 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 na. But I see Luffy with like cloud for hair, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm just trying to ignore it. You'll get there.
So don't tell me. Yeah, don't tell me. I'm like, bro, did he eat another fruit? I don't know. I'm just, I'm trying to not be spoiled, because I hate spoilers so much. They make me so sad. I'm someone who's like, don't tell me like anything about something. I don't want to know.
Oh yeah, One Piece is great. I follow here and there. I know like the whole story, but I haven't read it in one sitting, I guess.
Wait,
like, people would...
what? Oh, like over the years you've kind of like kept up
like
to date,
I'll
right?
jumped in like every few chapters, see what's going on. Yeah.
Ah, I see. Would that get confusing sometimes?
Sometimes, but yeah, sometimes.
But that's fair. It's very long. But it's also, in a way, it's made other manga easy to read, because I'm like, oh, this is only like one. Like Dungeon Meshi is like 97. Fucking love that, by the way. I love Dungeon Meshi. Oh my god. But yeah, it was such a quick read, and I was like, wait, it's over? Huh? But it ended in a good place. But it's compared to One Piece, I can like read anything now.
Yeah. I feel
like,
that.
this will take no time at all. Yeah. It's good.
Good stuff. Okay, so we asked this question before to another Twitch streamer, but what's like the weirdest, strangest thing that's happened while you're streaming, or that you have seen while on Twitch?
Okay, this one I lot. So It was on an ASMR stream, and like this is the first one that comes to mind. I was streaming ASMR, and on those streams, I guess, because like the ASMR tag people, you know, go like browse through that, and so you'll get new people every now and then who like only maybe are there for ASMR, like they don't see my other stream. They're completely new. And I had someone, and I can't remember their username, but it was like, I think it was something like the Velcro King or something like that. And he's in chat, and he's just like, "Can you do Velcro?" And I was like, "What?" I was like, "I don't have any Velcro, I'm sorry." And he was like, "Oh, okay." Like, and I think about it so much because I know that like because I'm like, I've been watching ASMR 10 years now. Like I love it a lot, and I know from like watching ASMR channels that ASMR artists have to be careful taking requests, because some people will ask for like fetish content. Like some people will ask to like pop balloons or something, which is like a fetish thing. And I just keep thinking, I'm like, is Velcro a fetish? Like, why was he the Velcro King? And why did he ask me to rip some Velcro? Because like that's not really a nice sound for ASMR. Like to me that's anti-ASMR. I think about that a lot. It's like, what did that guy want?
Yeah.
But I think that would be, oh no. Oh my god, I just remembered the best thing to ever happen to me on stream was when I was streaming Monster Hunter, and it was I was like had like sort of open lobby, right? I was like, anyone can sort of join. And this guy joined, and he was from, I think he said he was like from someplace in America, and it was like 4 a.m. his time. And so in Monster Hunter, for people who don't know, you kill monsters, and you can break off parts of them to get more materials. So like you can cut off the tail for. And this guy came in, and his username was Tailcut Tony.
Tony.
Yeah, I think about Tailcut Tony so much, and he joined my party on my stream, and he came in, and he didn't do this, like he hung around in my, said what he usually does is like on Monster Hunter, you can, as a hunter, you can fire an SOS flare, and anyone can respond, come in, help you fight the monster, and leave, and it's a lot of fun, really. But he said he would like respond to like newbie like SOS flares, come in, absolutely wallop the monster, cut the tail off, and then leave the party, because he was like he was like such a high level that he could just do that, and it was just so fucking funny. And like the things he was saying in chat, he was an absolute enigma. And like each time we joined a hunt, he would have like a different outfit on. It was funny. That was like, it was like a cryptid, like an online urban. I've told people in my personal life about Tailcut Tony. Like, I need to stream Monster Hunter again to try like get him to come back.
What a
like
legend.
The stream was his after that. Yeah, it was Tailcut stream. I was just living it. Oh my god. Shout out Tailcut Tony. Those are my two main stories.
Hey, let's go.
It's good.
Oh my gosh. It's a pretty wholesome, I guess.
Yeah, as long as I don't think too much about the Velcro guy, I'm like, okay. At face value. It's a pretty innocent request, I suppose. Man. I can't think of anything else. Those are the main ones.
Hey, Poppy, for your next ASMR, can you just eat crackers? Just eat the Reese crackers or whatever it's called.
Yeah, I actually, it's so funny. Whenever I'm eating on stream, like half of the people are like, can you take a big bite near the mic? And then the other half are like, please, like I don't want to hear this, I'm turning my headphones off. Like some people want to hear me, or like when I'm doing ASMR, I need to drink a lot of water, and half the people want me to like gulp like right near the mic. Then other people are like, ew. Like, what do you want from me?
Okay,
It would be a
Poppy.
good gig to just eat on stream. Sorry, you go.
Okay. One last topic, and I know you're passionate about this one.
Uh-oh.
Lawn equipment. Leaf blowers. Mowers.
I fucking hate yard tools so much. Oh my god.
Why?
So they're loud. That's my main gripe with them, is like it's always when like you have a headache or you need to take a nap or like you want some quiet time and someone like revs up the lawnmower or something. But my particular issue with leaf blowers is that not only are they loud, they're fucking useless because you blow the leaves one direction, the wind is just gonna blow them back again the other way, and you've just made a big commotion about it. You've woken me up from my nap. For what? Like, you know, it's just it's fruitless. It's a vain attempt at beating back the forces of Mother Nature, and I won't stand for it, especially if it disrupts my nap time. And also I get kind of like hay fevery from like lawn clippings, and I get kind of headachy, so I like freshly mown lawn. It makes me like so I'm allergic to grass apparently. Yeah, that's why I hate them. Saying my piece.
You're a real one for that.
Yes, I appreciate it. It's just, why make noise when you could be quiet, you know?
Poppy's part of the anti-lawn game.
Yeah, honestly, and oh my god, the other thing is that monoculture lawns are just so bad for the environment. Like, they do not promote biodiversity at all. Like, from an ecology point of view, monoculture lawn sucks. And then also, like, the labor of like watering it and then mowing it and making noise, like, I hate them so much. Like, when I say when, I should say if, in this financial climate, if I ever have a home with a garden, I want to have like native grass species and plant life and whatnot, and just like ground cover, like clover species and stuff. I will never have a monoculture lawn. I do not dream of monoculture lawn. That is my opinion.
Yeah.
Thank you for asking.
Okay. So, do you got any questions for us? Or any last things you want to say? Okay.
I guess because I have like that very specific dislike. I'm curious if you guys have a specific kind of more niche dislike, and like explain it to me.
Okay. I'll let yours first, Steven, but I got mine.
Well, let's say you're trying to sleep at like 2 a.m. in the morning and all you hear is someone hooning in your back streets.
Yeah, that's
I
annoying.
think, yeah, that pisses me off the most.
Mhm.
Doesn't matter
I
who
just-
just went
like-
past.
Yeah,
Just hit that
everyone
road.
just, like,
Down
what?
the road.
yeah, oh my god. And it's
The
like,
devil.
I don't know, it's like during weeknights too, like, don't you idiots have something better to do?
Unemployed behavior. How are you paying for?
For tires are expensive,
Dude,
man. Like, come
yeah.
on.
Don't get me started on tires. They're so expensive. Just burning them
yeah.
the tree, brother. That's fair.
Brother, ooh.
Yeah, brother. Ugh, I fucking love that. Oh my god, it's so good. I think about that
Yeah.
so much.
But that's mine. What about you, Nova?
Okay, so this is a pet peeve of mine, but I'm a
Mm.
very punctual person. I'm always on
Ooh.
time. Like, I will get to things 30 minutes early just in case. And I do this all
Yeah.
the time. I am never late for anything without a reason, like an actual good reason to be late.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So my pet peeve is people who are late.
That's very fair as well.
So that's something that disgusts me. People who don't manage their time well enough to be on time. Like, if you plan something with someone and you're late, like, that shows disrespect. That means that you're not really caring about them enough to even give a time sacrifice, you know, to be there.
It's true, and it's also disappointing if you're like really looking forward to it, and then the time you have together is like reduced because they just like were late. That's so fair.
Yeah, so I could not date someone who's late to stuff.
Mm,
At all.
Yeah. That's real.
Yeah, I don't know where I got my punctuality from. I think it's just autism thing.
Yeah. Honestly, oh my goodness. That's like, yeah. That's another tangent. Autism. I'm undiagnosed, but I believe self-diagnosis is valid when the systems that be make it such that even if you do get diagnosed, you may not even be able to get a fucking driver's license.
Oh, I don't. I could rant.
Yeah. Damn, we should have talked about autism earlier, so we could have our little.
Okay, TLDR. Autism diagnosis in women is very difficult and they're often misdiagnosed because the symptoms are for little boys, pretty much.
Exactly. It's the same with ADHD too. It was so hard. Oh my god. Exactly.
So basically, it's easy for young boys to get diagnosed because the criteria was created for them. The symptoms, the testing was all created for them. But autism in girls shows differently. Like, it's different for like men and women, autism. So if they're trying to look for signs, they confuse the signs for other things like bipolar or depression
BPD
or
and
mental.
stuff. Yep, I believe I was misdiagnosed a lot, and a lot of things in my life probably could have been avoided if I when I was younger. But that's the way the cookie crumbles.
Yeah.
Talking about like traumatic life experiences. Well.
Yeah. I know about ASD because both my parents are psychologists and my dad has actually studied into ASD. So he's written a paper before on ASD.
Oh wow. It's interesting.
And I've met Tony Atwood. Tony Atwood is the leading researcher in Asperger's or ASD. Oh
wow.
And he's been working hard to make it more accessible diagnosis. So for women, he's the leading researcher in autism in girls, pretty much.
Ah, cheers. Thanks to that guy. That's cool that you got to meet him.
Yeah, he teaches in university here in Australia, in Brisbane actually.
Ah, oh wow.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Cool guy. Yeah. Have you ever met a celebrity, Poppy?
Okay. Sorry. The reason I laughed so hard, so when I was a wee little teen, like 13-year-old me, I was really into One Direction, which isn't who I met, but the reason I talk about this is I went to a One Direction concert. 5 Seconds of Summer opened for them, and so then I became a fan of them. And then I got really into the fandom, had like friends, I had online friends, went to a concert for them, and then some of the online friends I met in person. I was like maybe 14 at this point, and they were like, oh, like we know like when they're gonna be in the airport.
What?
Wait, oh my god. So okay, I'll tell this story. So we all ended up going to the airport and like seeing them. I was one of those people that was like, oh my god, and like went. I got photos with a few of them. Oh no, I didn't get photos with them at that point. No, I don't think. But I like saw them, met them, you know. But then I just remembered, oh my goodness, when I went to that One Direction concert and 5 Seconds of Summer were opening for them, they weren't as famous, and they were just like walking around like the shops, and my friend was like, hey, isn't that Mike, is his name Michael? Mike from 5 Seconds of Summer? And I was like, oh shit, it is. And she was like, can I get a photo? And we all got photos, and then he kept going on his merry way, and then a bit later saw them getting like crowded by a bunch of girls, because I guess at this point they weren't famous enough to not, you know, just be at the shops, but then people recognize them because there was a bunch of teenage girls there for One Direction. And yes, that's that's the celebrities I've met. This was back when they were like, they hadn't even released their first album, and now obviously they've gone a lot further, and I'm like, yeah, I met those guys before they were popular.
Oh yeah.
But I think that's it. Yeah. So That's
chill.
it. Have you guys met famous people?
Yes.
Whom?
I have met Johnny Depp.
Oh,
Wait, what?
really?
Yes.
What? How? When? Who?
Okay,
Wait, I know who.
so Steven knows I did film studies.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So during my film studies, there was opportunities to go be an intern on the Pirates of the Caribbean set when they're filming the Gold Coast, the last one. So I was able to be an intern on set, and I got to meet Johnny Depp in that.
Yo! That's crazy! Did you meet Keira Knightley?
Yeah.
Ah!
Like, we'll stand there for the
She's
meetings,
beautiful in
right?
person.
We'll stand there for the meetings to go over the shot, like what's gonna happen and all that.
Whoa, that's so
Damn.
cool. How crazy.
Yeah.
That's like famous.
famous. What about you, Steven? You met anyone?
Nope, not at all.
Oh, that just means you haven't yet. Huh?
Yeah. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay, last question for everyone. Who's one person you will want to meet, dead or alive?
Oh. Wait, I gotta think about this. Man, dude, this would have been so much easier when I was like a teenager. Like,
Yeah.
I'd have been like Harry Styles. It sucks too because a lot of the like dead people I wanted to meet, as I've gotten older, I'm like, oh, they were kind of shitty people. Like when I was like 15, I probably would have said David Bowie, but then I've heard some dodgy stuff about him, and I'm like, David Attenborough.
Ah, that's a good
Oh.
one. Yeah.
Oh, I have a friend who does wildlife photography on like film, like 35mm film, and he captured quolls, and David Attenborough like saw it and like asked for, you know, images and stuff, and he wrote a letter to thank my friend, being like, I've, you know, never seen them in the field, these are like has autograph. Isn't that crazy?
Damn.
Damn, that's
He
crazy.
Sir David Attenborough. Oh my goodness. So that's who. He seems like a lovely guy. Oh, Bob Ross. Oh my god. I
Okay.
love Bob Ross. Okay, sorry. I just keep naming old men. Okay, your turn.
Yeah.
Do you got one, Steven?
Yeah, I would say. I'd say Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. What about Miyazaki, Hayao Miyazaki, or
Yeah.
oh my god, I'm having a mind blank. Ikemen voice, all the voice actor. Where the House Husband. What's his name? He's really handsome. Hold on. Where the house husband voice actor. I got so excited I forgot his fucking name. Tsuda Kenjiro! Oh my god. Okay, I cheated. I picked a few. I'm sorry. probably David Attenborough first. Okay. Your turn.
They having a whole banquet earlier.
Yeah, like, well, if you're asking.
It really depends on what for, I guess. Like, in one way, I would want to meet Albert Einstein.
Oh.
In other ways, Sydney Sweetie. I wonder why. Like my K-pop stars, I'll meet my K-poppies and that.
True. Felix.
Oh, I would love to meet Felix.
I would fall at his feet and roll over onto my back like a dog.
What the hell?
I'm sorry. He is too beautiful. Oh my god, I need to calm down. I'm fine.
Yeah, I love Felix from Stray Kids.
Me too. Oh my god. I just keep thinking that clip where his like shoelace comes undone on stage and someone's like, Felix, your shoe is untied, and he goes, thank you. And then the crowd is just like, oh. It's really funny.
Yeah. Okay.
That was a good one.
Thanks, Puppy. I'm going with Felix.
You stole mine. No, that's
We can
Agree,
both go
agree.
to dinner with Felix.
Yeah, I'm happy to share.
It's either we share Felix or no Felix at all. Your choice.
Basically, I'm ready. Handshake. Communism anthem begins playing.
All right. Thank you for coming on, Poppy. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you for having me. I was really excited when you asked me. Thank you for letting a silly guy like me have a place to talk.
Yeah.
It's been fun. Thank you guys.
Okay. Is there a question you would like to leave for the next guest? We haven't done this in a little bit.
Ooh, okay. I think I think I want to know the weirdest fact about like any topic they know that they think nobody else would know, and then they can sort of explain the fact if they would like.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna listen so I can find a new weird fact.
Oh, let me cancel this call for a second. Okay. Anyway, that's a great question, Poppy. We're gonna ask that to the next guest. We don't know who that is. Yeah.
Hello, next guest.
Poppy, that's the thing though. You were actually the most organized guest.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yay!
There was one time when Ken was a guest, I asked him the day of the podcast, hey Ken, you wanna come on? And the funniest thing is, like, I was messaging Steven ideas for the podcast because we didn't have anything yet. I'm like, oh, what about this idea for the podcast in the morning? Of the day of the podcast. And then 20 minutes later I asked Ken, hey Ken, wanna come on and talk about this? And that's how we organized it.
I'm glad. Then I fit like maybe the punctuality criteria. Yay!
Okay. Anyway, everyone, this is the Sen Podcast. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the episode. And Sen Podcast signing out.
Peace, everyone.
Have a nice day. Bye.